I had a question, but we run out of time. Listen, this is extraordinary, this documentary.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Making all the...
Morgan Freeman stepped onto the stage of The View with the calm certainty that only he can carry. The audience was expecting an easygoing chat about his latest Netflix series. After all, who doesn't enjoy hearing that iconic voice recount a few behind-the-scenes tales? But within minutes, it was clear this wasn't going to be a routine celebrity appearance. Freeman wasn't there to charm. He was there to challenge, to shake comfort with truth. The air shifted the moment he spoke. The audience leaned forward. The hosts leaned back. Because Freeman brought what daytime TV rarely dares to touch: Hollywood's warped version of Black history, the erasure baked into entertainment, and the glaring gaps in the stories we choose to celebrate. He wasn't here to gloss things over, and that's exactly why no one could look away.
About a different document.
Go ahead.
As some politicians around the country try to erase Black history, you're making sure people don't forget vital parts of our past.
Yeah.
This wasn't a segment, it was a reckoning. The moment Freeman sat down, the hosts smiled, believing they were in control. Whoopi Goldberg opened with her usual warmth, praising Freeman with applause and admiration. The crowd ate it up. Everyone thought they were settling in for a light promo about life on our planet. But everything shifted when Sunny Hostin mentioned one of Freeman's older projects, a documentary on the Black battalions of World War II. What began as a respectful nod turned sharp. Sunny offered a historical fact. Freeman corrected her, politely but pointedly. And with that, the script was tossed out the window. He led the conversation into deeper waters. He spoke of how history, especially Black history, is routinely edited, redacted, rewritten. The studio grew quieter. The smiles faded, but Freeman wasn't finished. With a voice both steady and stern, he recalled growing up in a world where Black characters, when shown at all, were confined to subservient roles, never heroes, never leaders. His question cut through the noise. Why are our stories only told when they involve suffering? Why are triumphs ignored? A nervous laugh rippled through the crowd. But Freeman wasn't there to entertain. He was there to expose.
61st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers, about the first Black battalion to fight in World War II.
First Black Armored Battalion.
The 761st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers, the first Black armored unit to fight in World War II. When Whoopi suggested that Hollywood was simply portraying historical reality, Freeman respectfully pushed back. No, history wasn't just pain, it held victories too, but those stories had been buried. The tension in the studio was undeniable now. Freeman wasn't performing, he was provoking thought. As the conversation dug deeper into Hollywood's selective lens, the energy shifted from awkward to electric. He was saying the quiet part out loud, and the producers weren't ready. A signal came from offstage. Wrap it up. Whoopi, clearly rattled, tried to shift gears. Freeman didn't flinch. He closed with one final point. History isn't just about wounds, it's about wisdom. The segment ended abruptly. Viewers were left blinking. Was it time constraints or something else? Social media erupted. Accusations flew. Had Freeman been silenced? Was his truth too bold for a mourning audience? Fans rushed at his defense, flooding timelines with praise for his honesty. One tweet captured it perfectly. They wanted Morgan Freeman, but they weren't ready for Morgan Freeman. He didn't just speak. He disrupted.
But we run out of time. Listen, this is extraordinary, this documentary.
Oh, yeah.
The uproar made one thing clear. Morgan Freeman's voice echoes far beyond any stage. This wasn't the first time he used his platform to push the conversation forward. Freeman has long refused to play it safe. Whether it's race, inequality, or climate collapse, he doesn't tiptoe. He confronts. In past interviews, he's questioned the concept of Black History Month itself, challenging why Black achievement is confined to a single page on the calendar. He's criticized racial labels, arguing that they divide more than they unite. Freeman doesn't speak for headlines, he speaks for clarity. He speaks to stir the still waters of comfort. And that's why his words resonate, because they don't flatter. They force us to think. What happened on The View wasn't an outburst, it was Freeman doing what he's always done, refusing to look away. In a world of curated interviews and media-approved scripts, Freeman's authenticity hits like a lightning strike. He doesn't scream, he doesn't scold, he simply tells the truth, and people listen.
Movie buff from early childhood. I saw my first movie when I was like 6 years old. It was King Kong.
It's not her fault. It's the period. It's upsetting to watch.
Tell you the truth.
It shouldn't be that way because somebody did make money.
Yeah.
No.
That's why moments like this matter. Freeman isn't just an actor. He's a compass, a bridge between eras, someone who gently but firmly pushes us toward uncomfortable truths and reminds us not to stop there. His words don't fade with applause. They echo. His unfiltered stance on The View didn't just disrupt the show. It exposed a larger issue. These platforms favor fluff over substance, and when faced with substance, the hosts faltered. Instead of engaging, they deflected. Freeman's presence laid bare a bigger question. Are daytime shows willing to confront real issues, or are they just here to entertain? Audiences took notice. They weren't just upset he was cut short, they were frustrated by the missed opportunity. Freeman didn't want a moment. He wanted momentum, and he left everyone wondering, will these shows evolve or keep dodging death? Because Freeman didn't come to play the game, he came to change it.
I'll give you the name.
If you watch old movies, Betty Davis
On the planet is in a little bit of trouble. And we're the cause of it.
That's right.
There have been, if I remember correctly, 6 extinction level events on the planet.
Freeman's legacy isn't just built on roles, it's built on resistance. His body of work reflects a relentless pursuit of truth, but his real influence exists off-screen in the conversations he sparks. He questions narratives, dismantles myths, and calls for justice, not through outrage, but with resolve. What happened on The View is part of a broader story, one that proves Freeman's relevance isn't rooted in fame, it's rooted in courage. Even when met with resistance, he speaks with a voice that demands attention. Not loud, not angry, just undeniable. Morgan Freeman's time on that stage was more than a viral clip. It was a challenge, a reminder that our stories deserve more than airtime. They deserve honesty. And while others speak to maintain peace, Freeman speaks to provoke thought. In doing so, he asks something rare of us. Don't just listen. Learn, reflect, act, because when Morgan Freeman speaks, the world doesn't just hear him, it rethinks everything.
I had a question, but we run out of time. Listen, this is extraordinary, this document.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Making all the...
The 761st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers, the first Black armored unit to fight in World War II. When Moopy suggested that Hollywood was simply portraying historical reality, Freeman respectfully pushed back. No, history wasn't just pain, it held victories too. But those stories had been buried. The tension in the studio was undeniable now. Freeman wasn't performing, he was provoking thought. As the conversation dug deeper into Hollywood's selective lens, the energy shifted from awkward to electric. He was saying the quiet part out loud, and the producers weren't ready. A signal came from offstage, wrap it up. Whoopi, clearly rattled, tried to shift gears. Freeman didn't flinch. He closed with one final point. History isn't just about wounds, it's about wisdom. The segment ended abruptly. Viewers were left blinking. Was it time constraints or something else? Social media erupted. Accusations flew. Had Freeman been silenced? Was his truth too bold for a mourning audience? Fans rushed at his defense, flooding timelines with praise for his honesty.